Yo, what's up everyone? It's your boy Julie. Welcome back to a new video. Here we are in 2025, and for the first video, I thought I would talk about something that's been weighing on my mind for the past week or two, looking back at 2024, right? And that is how we sabotage our enjoyment with gaming. And that sounds like kind of like a unique problem, right? And it's just something I wanted to talk about because it's something that I struggled a lot with in 2024, more than I'd like to admit. So I kind of just want to talk about some things that I stopped doing that helped me enjoy gaming again. And honestly, it's just something I really wanted to talk about. So I'm going to cover some points that really helped me enjoy gaming again. And honestly, I just wanted to share it, and hopefully it resonates with some of you and hopefully it helps some of you out. And if not, then at the very least, I hope you enjoy something I said here. Anyways, let's get started and let's talk about the first thing I stopped doing. So in this day and age of being online with everything in social media, right? One thing I caught myself doing a lot this last year that really stopped my enjoyment with a lot of things, or at least stopped me from, pursuing things that I was interested in, right? And that sort of inspired this whole video in the first place is negative online discourse. And of course, not all of it is negative, right? But for me, I noticed the second I would see a negative thing about a game, whether it be something that I'm interested in, or for example, fighting games, if it's for a character that I want to play, the second I see something negative about it, I'm like, oh man, maybe I shouldn't, bro. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe this person is spewing facts, bro. Like, maybe I should listen to them. Maybe I shouldn't do this, or maybe I shouldn't play this. And it sort of just shuts down your whole inspiration to pursue that game, or even try that character in this game, or, just even give a game a shot, right? So for me, when it comes to negative stuff online, whether it just be forums or whatever, right? Just a random post that you see, I noticed that I would let that affect me from actually just playing the game, right? So one thing I do now is I take everything that I see online with being negative or positive, and I take it with a grain of salt. I'm like, okay, I should experience it for myself first and see what I have to say and how I feel, because that person's experience is unique to them. And we all have our own unique experiences with a game, or how we experience things, or how we like to enjoy things, right? So for me, I very much am very careful with stuff like this. So that's just something I want to mention. I also mentioned this in my last video with fighting games, because I think this can apply to most things in life, not even gaming, bro. Like, if you see something like negative, if people are like, oh, don't do this, don't do that, this is bad, people who play this are so on and so forth, right? Just, it's something to be aware of. And I'm not perfect, and stuff like this does affect me from time to time. So yeah, this is one I wanted to mention, and let's move on. This one slides perfectly into the next one, and it's letting others' opinion dictate our decisions on what we play. This one is pretty straightforward, so I won't talk about it too much, but people are going to judge what you enjoy. Obviously, if you're playing something crazy, bro, then of course, that makes sense, you feel me? But don't let others and, online opinion sway you from trying what looks interesting to you. Yeah, just remind yourself that you're the one playing this, it's your time, it's your enjoyment, so go for it, even if it's looked down upon from others, bro. Because for me, for instance, I play gacha games. I know I get judged for it here and there, but for me, I like playing them, bro. It's a nice break from stuff like fighting games and other genres I typically play, right? So it's just something to keep in mind. If there's a genre or a game you like, play it and enjoy it. It's your enjoyment. It's your time, and honestly, don't let other people dictate what you enjoy, man. And yeah, let's move on to the next one. All right, so the next thing is something that I actually haven't stopped doing up until recently, and that's forcing yourself to play a game. And you're like, oh, what do you mean by that? So imagine you play a game, you get through it, you put some hours into it, you're enjoying it, but then at some point you're like, you know what, man? This ain't for me, bro. But for me in the past, bro, I would be like, oh, I have to finish it. So I'd keep it on my system or my PC. I would keep the game there, and I'd be like, you know what? I'll visit it. I'd boot it up, and I would not be enjoying it, bro. But I would just be playing it because I'm like, I have to finish this, man. I have to finish. And that's just not good, bro. This one's a kind of a weird one. I catch myself doing this, here and there. And to be honest, man, if you don't enjoy a game, bro, you don't have to finish it, man. That's something that I told myself really recently, because it's man, why would you do that to yourself? You know what I'm saying? If you're not enjoying a game, it's okay to drop it. There's no point in just forcing it, because at the end of the day, these are meant to be enjoy it and it's meant to be fun, right? Like if you're not enjoying it and you're just playing it sort of to just like pass the time or something, then, you know, to me at least, I don't want to do that. So if you ever catch yourself forcing yourself to play a game because it's what you know or so on and so forth, you know, I would say step away from it, you know, drop it. I know for me, like in the past, that was like Apex Legends, bro. There was a point in time in my life where I was not doing well and I was playing Apex Legends like way too much and I wasn't even enjoying it. I was just doing it just to do it. And you know, I don't want you guys to make the same mistake, bro, because it's like I have no like good memories of doing that, bro. Like yeah, I'm sure I enjoyed it here and there, but like in general I did not enjoy it, bro. So I would say, you know, if you sit there and you're questioning like, dude, why am I playing this, or why am I even sitting here, you know, right now, like, then I would say, you know, there's no shame in dropping a game, bro. Like just let it go, bro. Like that's something I had to tell myself a lot too, you know, and that's sort of a lot of this video is just reminders to myself as well, you know. So yeah, if you're not enjoying something, man, just drop it. Sort of simple, but you know, sometimes it's good to remind yourself of that. Okay, this next one I'm not sure how many of you are going to relate to, but I thought I'd mention it because it's something I've struggled with quite a bit, and it's overthinking. Sometimes we overthink video games too much, man. And to be honest, this past year, I'm like, ah, man, you know, I should maybe play this game. I should play it on this difficulty. I should play this character. I should do this. I should do that. And honestly, man, like when I sit back and I sit here and I remember my childhood growing up with video games, man, I remember just having the feeling of excitement and curiosity, right? Because that's what gaming to me was. They were worlds that I found interesting. There was characters I wanted to play, so on and so forth, right? So, and it's something I thought I'd mention because although not everyone might experience this, bro, sometimes all you need to do is just boot up a game that you just enjoy and just not even think about it, bro. Because at least for me, bro, I'd be overthinking everything when it comes to some games, dude. Like, but when you let that take a back seat and you just play the game for what it is, yeah, sometimes you might not enjoy it. Yeah, sometimes, you know, a new game might not hit here and there. In my experience, every time I sit here and overthink a game, bro, it just doesn't go well. So it's easier said than done, of course, because we're all different and we all have different stuff going on in our lives and so on and so forth, right? But for me, when I sit down and I play a game, I don't really want to be overthinking the experience. I want to just sit there and fully engross myself in it. So I thought this would be something I should mention because it's something I've struggled with a lot, but I'm getting better at it. But I thought I'd mention it here. And yeah, of course, with any of these, let me know if you guys relate or what helps you enjoy games as well. That's something I forgot to mention. So for the last point I want to talk about, it's not everyone is going to agree with, I'm sure, but it's not trying new games. And for me, I've been, you know, someone that has very much played what I've played, right? And back when I streamed pretty often, I would always try to play stuff that was sort of out of my comfort zone. Obviously, I wasn't perfect with that. I try to play stuff that I sort of know I'd enjoy. But for the most part, I always try to take recommendations and try something that's sort of out of my comfort zone. And that's something that I thought I would mention here because I think it's important to try a game that I think you would enjoy, but that you would give a shot anyways. And for me this last year, and it's a game that I thought I'd mention, and the whole reason for this point was I played a visual novel. And I don't play visual novels. I can count the amount of visual novels I've played on one hand. Even then, it's like less than 3. And it was called World End Syndrome. I got recommended this game very long ago. And I'm not here to talk about this game specifically, but I thought I would mention that playing this game and, you know, going out of my comfort zone and playing something completely different than what I'm used to, although it's still anime, it's still sort of something I was recommended and was told that it was pretty decent. I was like very put off by how different it was, right? But having finished it, I actually really enjoyed it, and it's probably the game that stood out to me the most in 2024, right? So I just want to emphasize that you should try that new series out that you've been eyeing, that you're kind of iffy about. You know, you never know. It might suck, bro. I'm not telling you it's going to go well every single time, but I'd say give it a chance, man. You might be surprised what sticks out to you, and you might find a new favorite game or series. Hey, you never know. But I thought it'd be something I mentioned for the last thing, so yeah, try something new. Alrighty, and that's pretty much it. I hope something here resonated with some of you. Regardless, I had fun recording this. It's something I've been thinking about a lot. And real quick, I just want to say thanks for the support on the last video. I would say I'm going to take the channel in this sort of direction where I talk about things that I just want to talk about. They won't be as serious as this every time, but, you know, I want to put my thoughts out there and sort of just talk about gaming and why I love it and, you know, everything surrounding that, right? So if you want to support me along that journey, then I hope you'll stick around. But regardless, if you made it to the end, thanks for watching. Hope you have a good rest of your day or night, and I will see you on the next one. All right? Adios.